Wow. Okay, today we do sharpening tips, and this one's just incredible. Okay, this is what I'm going to call sharpening Shibata style. So I need to preface this. I have never met Shibata. For those of you who know, he has a line of knives, and the knives are made by his friend Akita, and he puts the edge on them, polishes them, and they are amazing. And we have some of his knives, and we're very fortunate to have some of his knives. But over the years, if you follow this amazing knife sharpener, he has tips and tricks that are all his own, something a little special that we want to share with you. Now, I do not represent like 100% of everything that he's done. He has been witnessed doing the techniques that I'm about to do for you. I am going to show them to you and show you how they perform. I am, like I said, I'm not Shibata. I just want to share with you these tips and tricks, a little something different you haven't seen. So sharpening Shibata style, I'm going to say that it has a sharpening differential. And what that means is we're going to show you how to take knives and put different edges on each side of the knife. So what I've already done is I've already sharpened two knives. The first thing I have this R2 SG2 Tsujihiki. Okay. And this Kato Tsujihiki has been already sharpened by myself today on a 1K, 4K, 6K, 8K. And it is just polished and ready to go. It has been stropped. So the edge is as clean as you can absolutely get it. Let's talk about the purpose of the Tsujihiki. Okay, Shibata was thinking when he goes, the Tsujihiki is a meat slicing knife. Now there's an argument out there on what's better, a toothy edge or a really smooth edge. So the purpose of this knife is to cut food that is fatty. I mean, whether we're running into fatty food or we're running into vegetables with a skin, you know, it's really nice to take a knife that is such a polished edge, and we want to do something you've probably never done before. We are going to rough up one side. Okay, so I am going to take this 1K stone. Now, it has been witnessed that Shibata would take a Tsujihiki, sharpen it up to 8K, and then strop it with an 800. Well, I don't have an 800, so I'm going to be using a King 1000. Now I am right-handed, so when you're watching this, here's my right hand. On the right-hand side of the knife, if I were cutting food, which this knife is not normally used for vegetables, but if I were cutting food, you would have more of the bite on the left side, and then it would be clean on the other side. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this polished knife, 8K polished knife, and I'm going to absolutely strop it on the left side. I don't know that it actually matters which side you do. The things that we were thinking about, first of all, this is R2 steel, so it's hard. It's a heat treat up to like a 65. So we're going to go, and we need something a little coarser. This is hard steel. It's going to be hard to strop and put some teeth on it. So an 800 to 1000 all the way down from the 8K is going to help us get some bite. I'm only doing a couple passes. So I'm going to do a stropping motion. I'm keeping the angle the way we had it sharpened. And that's 3 strokes. Okay. So this knife that is meant for cutting meat, I mean, I have no problems. I hate that I'm not better with a paper towel myself. Let's see if we can do a blueberry. It makes sense when you think about it.
That's a misshapen blueberry, honey.
It's a pretty mushy blueberry, I'll say that.
And he had like one side was kind of dented. So
we don't want no faulty blueberries, folks. Well, that's nice.
I made blueberry paper.
That was blueberry paper. Oh! Okay, so...
Don't hit it on the cutting board.
But the knife itself, it just has a little bit of bite.
Okay, we're pushing it, babe.
Okay.
But you're doing it anyway. Folks, this is what he does. Drives me.
I push my luck.
All the time.
Okay. So, what I'm challenging you to do is when you're out there sharpening, let's think about the purpose of the knife. The purpose of this knife is to cut meat. Anything that's fatty, it's going to need some type of just bite to just kind of pierce it, okay, and separate it. So I would not want to do this technique on my Yanagaba. First of all, Yanagaba is going to be flat on one side. So we always want to keep that flat, so that's our smooth. The other side, I mean, Yanagabas are fish, okay? I don't want tethered, feathery edges on my fish. So the fish is already going to just separate. The cells are going to be nice and clean. We don't want to crush the cells. We don't want teeth. So think of the knife and the purpose. And also when you're figuring out your differential, figure out the type of steel we're going to use. Because right now, we're going to go ahead and put this knife down. We're going to come back to it on the cucumber. All right, so now I'm back. I had to get some fresh blueberries. I ran out of blueberries. Okay, so we're going to move over to a new type of steel. Okay, so what we were doing before, we had a meat slicing knife, very hard for the purposes of the meat. Now we're going to move over to super blue. Now, it was witnessed that Shibata had taken a super blue knife. We don't know the type of knife. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with my Kurosaki super blue. And this has been sharpened today.
Show me your knife.
Let's go ahead and show this to you. So this is one of my favorite knives. There you go. There goes the GoPro saying timeout. So this has been sharpened today with a 1000 grit, a 4000, and then a 6000. We didn't go higher than a 6000. And what our goal is we are going to put just on one side a 2000. So this is the Naniwa Green Brick of Joy. Okay. I'm going to do some very light passes. We'll do the opposite side of the knife. That was it. Just a little light passes just to create some type of teeth. I have no clue if this will work on the blueberry. Let's make sure we get good, strong blueberries.
But he's obsessed with blueberries, so.
I like blueberries. Making sure that I don't get it. Whoa, I just stopped my cutting board.
He needs a Band-Aid.
Yeah, right. So.
Oh, you cut up a good blueberry too.
Oh, it's a juicy blueberry, folks. So we just have that little bit of a bite.
Okay. Now earlier you mentioned the cucumber haha zucchini.
Yeah.
Sorry, I correct myself up.
Yeah. So we're just having fun with blueberries. I'm a
Oh my
blueberry
goodness.
slicer.
Honey.
I don't know. Can I do 2 of them?
Greg.
I don't even know if I can do 2 of them. Do I do the big one in front or the small one in front? Does it matter?
Probably. I don't know.
That's a mushy blueberry.
Okay, babe.
Okay.
All right, your
All right.
session has run amok. The viewers want you to move on.
So let's do some cucumber stuff, people.
Zucchini.
Some zucchini.
Yeah, sure. We know what we're doing.
I don't know. Will it do it? Oh, the cutting board's moving.
Yeah, not with a cutting board, maybe.
Yeah, like that.
You heard something that was a mic drop.
I'm like, don't move, cutting board.
Got a little flap.
Yeah, you just got to keep the cutting board from moving. Don't cut myself.
Or your cutting board. I might get mad at you.
So the whole idea behind the sharpening differential is going to be pick 2 different grits, like sharpen one entire side of your knife to a certain height. You might go to a 3, you might go to a 4, 5, 6, 7. I went ahead and did both sides the same. And then at the very end, I went back. Oh, don't cut my knife. That will be a bad day. And then at the very end, we got dinner later. Ooh!
Don't cut yourself.
Don't be
sir.
cutting myself, people.
Jeez, I don't want bloody zucchini.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, he's having fun. They're good with it, babe.
Okay, so anyway, time to clean some knives. So anyway, so in the spirit of Shibata, like I said, I don't represent Shibata. I hope to meet him one day when I get a trip to Japan. From my understanding, he's an amazing person and really nice guy. Sharpening differential, mix and match, be adventurous on your own. Try it on the left side or the right side. We did the right side on this knife. We did the left side on this knife. This is all purpose. This one was meat. I do think I would not do it on these single bevel knives. But I hope that this has inspired you to mix up your sharpening. Definitely it'll help you bite into like the skin, like blueberries, tomatoes, things like that. This was a lot of fun, and it was eye-opening for me to just do something else in the world technique-wise. I'm definitely having a lot of fun exploring all these options. Thank you always for checking in with us. I hope that was a great sharpening tip, led you down a new path. Definitely not a dull moment. And we look forward to seeing you Friday nights at 8 o'clock. Try to throw you some nuggets other than that. Thank you as always for checking in. God bless. What?